Yes, yes. Welcome to an all new episode of Dumb Crimes and Criminals. I am your host, Rick. Apologize for the delay. School is out now, so I've been busy with the kids and working and running around and got some new podcasting equipment. Had to wait for that to come in, set it up. But we here. We back on the pod. I appreciate those who's listening. This is the second episode. I actually had another episode, but I scratched it, But we back. Got a new episode on deck. This one here is a two-part. This is two stories involving the cell phones. We all know that it's a lot of dumb people with smartphones out there, and it's just the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? It's just the world we live in. The first story is about a man named Albert Bailey. He's 27 years old. He's from Connecticut. So what he decided to do was go into the People's Bank in Connecticut and make a withdrawal. The thing is, he ain't had no money in that bank. But this is the kicker, though. This is the kicker. He called the bank and told them, we're going to come rob the bank, have $100,000 waiting, or it's going to be a bloodbath. I know you're scratching your head. I know you're listening to this and scratching your head right now. So I'm going to repeat that. Albert Bailey, this 27-year-old man, called the bank and said, we're on our way to rob the bank. Have $100,000 ready, or it's going to be a bloodbath. That's what he called the bank and said. He called the bank and told them he was on his way to rob the bank. Where's the logic in that? Where's the logic in that? Where is the... Of course, they called the cops immediately. Yo, they called the cops. Why wouldn't they call the cops? You called them and say, yo, I'm coming here to rob the bank. Why did you thought they wasn't going to call the cops? They called the cops. They called the cops. Now, for whatever reason, whatever happened, by the time the cops got there, dude friend was already in the bank, handing them a note. While one of the other tellers was on the phone explaining the situation to the cop, dude's friend was in the bank handing a note to the teller. Yo, this man got $900. This man handed a note to the teller. He handed a note to the teller and got $900. By the time he walked out, the cops was there. Chased him. He runs to the car with the other nigga that called. They get caught. Now, here's the thing. It's all type of crimes that go on in the world, right? If my man was to call me right now and say, yo, Rick, I got a way we could get 100,000. I'm with it. Legally only. I got a wife and 3 kids. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not doing nothing illegal. There's too much legal money out here in the world that you can put your attention to and get. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not in nobody else's shoes. I don't know their desperate levels. I don't know none of that. So I'm not here to judge, right? But if my man called me right now and say, yo, I got $100,000 play. I said, well, what's the play? Listen, I'm going to call a bank and tell them we about to come rob them that had $100,000 waiting on me. I'm going to be like, so you're going to call the bank, tell them what we're going to do, make a terroristic threat at the same time? And you want me to go down there with you? Man, if you don't get off my line, like, come on. What are we doing here? Like, seriously, what are we doing? What are we doing? At what point in time when you thinking of something that you don't be like, yo, you know what? Nah, this sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point in time do you be like, yo, nah, this sounds crazy? I ain't with it. Like, you're not going to sit here and trick me off the streets for 10 to 15 years because you got a dumbass idea to go rob a bank and you want to drag me along with you? First and foremost, I'm going to tell you, man, that's a dumbass idea. Don't go rob a bank. You're not equipped to rob a bank. And I could say that because your ass just called me and told me you was going to call the bank ahead of time and told them you was going to go rob it. You're not equipped to pull this off. You're not smart enough. To me, that's craziness, right? That's craziness. I don't get it. Why would you do that? What was you thinking the night before? You've never seen that happen in movies. Did you dream it? Why would you sit there and say, yo, I want to rob this bank, but I'm going to make it easy and call ahead of time? Why would you not think they're going to call the law enforcement? Why did you not think they're going to have 1,000 cops in the bank waiting for you to get there? Why did you not think this through? Everybody is not cut out to be no criminal. Second story. The second story is about an 18-year-old named Ruben Carrate, right? Ruben Carrate. He goes inside a Muffler for Less store in Chicago, masked up at 8 o'clock in the morning. First and foremost, again, I'm not advocating robbing, stealing, or doing anything illegal. I don't know how much money he thought he was going to get at the muffler store at 8 o'clock in the morning, but that's what he chose to do, right? That's what he chose to do. He goes into the muffler store at 8 o'clock in the morning. So he goes in there and demands that they empty the registers and all that. Empty the safe out. They tell this kid, yo, only person that got the key to the safe is the manager. He's not here. Not only did this kid leave his number, he left 2 phone numbers for them to call him. Tell him when the manager or store owner comes back so he can come back and get the money. He left his cell phone number for them to call him and say, hey, the store owner is here to open the safe. Come back and finish robbing us. What is the world coming to? Why the fuck would this man think that he could go into the store, rob them? Oh, we ain't got no money. Yo, my man, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a muffler store. How much money did you think they was going to have in there? Okay. Apparently, they used that number. And they called them back. But before they called them back, they called the cops. Why did you not think they was going to call the cops? They called the cops. Put him on. Yo, dude came in here masked up with a gun. Mind you, this is a gun. He has a gun. So this is a dangerous situation. I'm making light of the story, but I'm sure when this was going down, these people was very scared. You know what I'm saying? Because when someone is, I look at it like this. If someone is in any type of establishment robbing for money, they are probably willing to take it to whatever extent to get that money, because at that point in time, they need that money for whatever reason, whether it's to pay something, get high, get drugs, a debt, whatever driven them to the point of robbing with a weapon. That's not funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making light of the situation now because it's a dumbass situation. But I'm sure in that moment, it was scary, right? So, of course, before they call this dude back, they call the cops. Why wouldn't they? As they should. So they call the cops. They have the cops come through, plain clothes. Now they call him. Mind you, they already called the cops, told them everything. Yo, dude came in here, tried to rob us. We didn't have no money. The owner is the only person with the key. He left his cell phone number for us to call him back when the owners come in. Cool. All right. So cops is in there, plain clothes. They call him. Hey, owner's here. Come get the money. Hey, yo. They said the owner's here. You can come get the money. This dude comes back. Same clothes, right? Mind you, same clothes, mask, gun. He comes back in there, pulls the gun out, plainclothes cop in there, sees the situation, popped him in the leg. Why did he think, like, again, if I could have him on the podcast, you know, I would really ask him, why did you think that it was okay to go into this establishment armed and leave your phone number for them to contact you back so you can then come back in there and finish robbing them? Why didn't you think that there would be some type of setup? Why wouldn't you think that? You know what I mean? Like, seriously, why wouldn't you think that? For you to just feel like, oh, I'm going to go in there and rob these people. Oh, they ain't got no money yet? Here's my number. Call me back. And then I'm going to go in there and finish the job and then just get on my merry way. Why would you think that that's okay? Why did you think that that wouldn't happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here, man? This is bugged out. This is the world we live in. This is the platform. This is why I created this platform, because people do things and I don't think they think it through at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they just go off for instincts and emotions. I don't think they sit and plan and really think things through. You know, you got the first dude who calls the bank and say, yo, I'm come down there and rob you, have $100,000 waiting. My man, why would you do that? Second dude, 8:00 in the morning. This dude goes in and robs a muffler spot at 8:00 in the morning. Nigga, I wouldn't care if it was the end of the night. How much money do you think they're gonna have in the muffler store? And it's a mufflers for less store. The risk does not outweigh the reward. And you got yourself shot in the process. Because why would these people not have cops in there waiting for you? Why wouldn't you think that they got cops in there waiting for you? That doesn't make any sense, yo. It don't, man. Hold on one second. Oh, so again, like I said, that's why I created this platform, man. It's called the Dumb Crimes and Criminals Podcast. And, you know, you can reach me at thedccpodcast at gmail.com. You know what I mean? Yo, please flood me with some crimes. Flood me with some stories you've heard so I could bring it to the platform and I could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? This right here is ridiculous, man. You know, this right here is ridiculous. And I know I'm going to start I know, like, right now, I don't know. This right here, like, you calling the bank before you go rob it and tell them, you calling the bank to tell them you're coming to rob it. This dude leaving his phone number so he can go back and finish robbing. Again, man, this is the Dumb Crimes and Criminals Podcast. I'm speechless. Like I'm speechless right now. This is crazy. The fact that they did this and they expected to get away with this. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, all new episodes. I'm back. Please hit the email, thedccpodcast at gmail.com. If you want to reach out, you got a story for me, I'll do it on the podcast. And we gonna roll from there, man. You know, hey, grab somebody's phone, man. Subscribe to the podcast. That way when I drop, even if they don't listen to podcasts, put them onto the podcast. That way when I drop a new episode, it'll pop up on their phone and maybe they'll give it a listen. But until then, I'm out of here, man. This is Rick. My name is Rick. Follow me on Instagram at Rick_BHR. And again, this is the Dumb Crimes and Criminals podcast, man. And we just we just heard 2 dumb crimes, man, even involving a cell phone. I'm not making this up. This is craziness. This is craziness, man. Yo, I'm out of here, man.